Hi folks, I didn't sleep well last night. It's day 2 of the conference here at GlobalSkin Conference in Prague. I couldn't work out why I weren't sleeping well, and then it dawned on me that on Sunday morning, on the final day of the conference, I've got to give a short presentation on the opening for a poem that I've been shortlisted for here for a Creative Expression Award and the Patient Leaders Award. The theme was champions, and I wrote this little poem. I've never really submitted a poem anywhere despite writing them for years, and I realised I'm terrified. I don't know what I'm going to say. I don't know how to set it up or explain the thinking behind it. So I figured if I do a quick video today, like 10 minutes before I'm due at the conference, telling you guys, then maybe it makes me feel better about what I've got to do tomorrow in front of 250 people. So ultimately, like I say, the theme was champion, and I've never felt like a champion, right? I've always felt like I've talked a lot about imposter syndrome and an accidental advocate, and how I ended up here as a way of coping, but also when I felt like I couldn't control my own situation, then I don't know, there's comfort in trying to improve tomorrow's patient's situation, you know. So I never felt like I got here intentionally. It was never like a plan. I never dreamt of standing on stages or being on video. In fact, it terrifies me. It still does to this day. So I wanted to write a poem that encapsulates how people can be champions but without any intention of being a champion, and how they are simply finding their way, trying to cope with their own situation, following in the footsteps of others, etc. So that's essentially it. I've been writing poems since I was 11 years old in a hospital bed. I've never shared them. I think I've shared them a few times on paper. I've certainly never read them out in front of a live audience, so tomorrow will be a first. But I'm going to share it with you now. Very uncomfortable, but I'm going to do it now because then hopefully it makes me sleep better tonight ahead of what I've got to do in the morning. So this is an undisputed experience. Meekly I step into arenas unknown, thrust into the spotlight, naked I share my story alone. I flap with fledgling wings from the tree in which I'm thrown, ducking and weaving tick boxes to keep my truths my own. Rising through the ranks, my confidence begins to grow. I'm starting to learn the language and the patter of the prose. Before bam, I take a straight one on the chin. Knees wobble as imposter syndrome grows. I look over to my corner for the path those before me have shown. Lending a cauliflower ear to a voice gone unheard, braced for the fight, I curl my toes into the dirt. Now I'll stand and trade for others until the tables are turned. Actions speak louder when the pain is transferred. Words overused, I retire to the wings. It's time to make up for the sacrifices whilst the final bell still rings. As I wrap the hands of the next generation of kings, I hope I move the needle in whatever the future brings. I am not a champion, but an undisputed lived experience. I refuse to be a number or a faceless inconvenience. Behind the skin, the tests, and the mild insignificance is a man, a husband, a brother, a dad, carrying the scars of battle with modest perseverance. Thank you so much for listening, guys. I must admit I feel better already. A little bit emotional, but I feel better already by just reading it out loud. I've never done that before, I don't think, with any of my poems. I hope you enjoyed it. Or maybe once. I might have done it once on an old video on this channel years ago, which still terrifies me that it's live. But yeah, that's the first time I've done it sort of knowingly, and tomorrow will be the first time I've ever read a poem in front of a live audience, let alone 250 advocates from around the world. Wish me luck. I'd love some comments, guys. I'd love some comments to help me feel better. I need to sleep tonight. And yeah, until next time, thank you for all your support and love. I hope I'm doing you proud out here. Speak soon. Bye bye.